What's up, everybody? I'm Amber Fields, and I'm on Youngest in the Yacht Club.
They want the money and fame. We go to the city and we don't be tucking our chain. Woke up in paradise and we live in the dream.
Youngest in the Yacht Club. I am Vince Serrano. Man, we have a special guest today. We have a bombshell, the bombshell, Amber Fields. What's up?
What's up, everybody?
Man, thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. I really, in Youngest in the Yacht Club, and everybody could tell you, we definitely want to get more women on the show because I feel like we get a lot of guys, right? But we always start off Youngest in the Yacht Club with the most important question. Who is Amber Fields?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was born here, close to Tampa, Florida. So I always consider myself a Florida girl,
Awesome.
a little mermaid, I wear many hats.
That's awesome.
So I have a lot of different fun hobbies I like to do. And, now I'm a boxer.
Right into it. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about how you grew up. You said you were a Florida girl. Like, how did you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up in Lakeland, Florida. Shout out Polk County.
There you go.
Yeah, and it was kind of, a little difficult growing up there. I feel like I was always getting in fights.
Oh, wow.
I was always a rebel. I blame that on my entrepreneurship personality.
Yeah, yeah.
No, had a problem with authority, for sure.
For sure. I can relate.
Traveled a lot. Decided that this is where I want to spend the rest of my life.
In Florida?
In Florida, yep, right here in Tampa.
Awesome.
My family's here, so, I feel like everything I went through shaped me to be where I am today. I always tell people I was born for this. I just had no clue at the time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What, Amber, a lot of people, you said you got into a lot of fights. Why do you think that was? I know you said you have a problem with authority, but why you had to throw hands?
Okay, so the first fight I ever got into, I was in 6th grade, and I got jumped.
Damn.
So, by 2 guys and 1 girl.
What?
For talking shit, but, I probably didn't even say anything. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But that's when, I came to my dad, and I was like, I need to learn how to fight. I need to defend myself. So he was in kind of a fight club sort of thing. So we'd go and we'd watch, and he'd teach me on the bag. He had a bag in his garage.
Wow.
So we'd literally just wrap our hands with paper towels or washcloths, and that would be our training. So, and then other reasons why I got into fight, probably boys.
Yeah.
It's the root problem, right?
Yeah.
Boys.
99% of the beef is probably over. You know what I'm saying? So you were basically in fighting, taught about that for a minute, man. Is that how you got into the fight game?
No. I think that was just a part of my past that I wasn't really proud of. I'm still not that proud of, getting into fights when you're that young. But where I grew up from, it was kind of like our initiation. We didn't talk shit on the internet like they do now, or whatever. If you said something, there was repercussions.
Yeah,
and it kind of, it taught me definitely don't want to be, I want to be 100%. I'm not gonna just talk about girls or guys even, or try to get in anybody's business anymore because I didn't want to get hit.
That's a good lesson. Everybody, that's a good lesson to learn, okay?
Mind your business.
Mind your business.
You can always tell, these Karens or people out here who's never been punched in the face before.
Big facts. And yo, listen, man, you will get your shit slapped.
Yeah. No, actually, how I got into boxing is I was a ring girl. I was a model, started off on Instagram, and started working for some skating companies, like Skate Park of Tampa here in Tampa.
Wow.
I modeled for them. And then I got in with DGK, which is a skating company where they sell skateboards and gear.
Yeah.
Dirty Ghetto Kids is the name.
Fire.
And I was traveling a little bit with them, and I blew up on Instagram, and I started doing boxing matches as a ring girl, just as a model. And then I just fell in love with the sport, got to know all these fighters. Some of the fighters, when they started, they were just amateur, and now they're professionals, and it's cool because we go back. And basically, I always tell people, I'm the sport chose me. I didn't choose the sport.
Big facts. That's dope, man. You got a great story. I mean, especially like, you know, coming from that, you know, that background, and then like, you know, like you said, going from the skate stuff. What interested you in skating and modeling the skate clothes? I definitely got to see what that looks like.
Yeah. So like I was just in high school, like I was hanging around with all the skaters. I felt like that was my clique. So I just had a ton of skater friends, and, you know, I picked it up a few times. Could do an ollie for sure, but attempted the kickflip multiple times. And it never stuck with me. So, I was just more of like that hot girl that hangs out with all the skater kids.
and then you started modeling for them, and that's pretty cool.
I would go to some of the pro or amateur skating events they had here, and I was just like, oh, I want to do this. Like, I want to be a part of this. And, I started modeling for some of Spots Apparel, and that's when DGK picked me up, and they were like, hey, like, we want you to be on a shirt. I remember going to Zoomies, and I cleaned them out.
You cleaned your shirts out. You're like, I gotta have these. That's fine. That's fine. What, you said that you blew up on Instagram. How did that happen?
Yeah, the booty.
Just showing the booty off?
Yeah, well, you know, this is before, like, nobody really did this on Instagram. So I feel like the fact that I was doing it and coming from a small town, like, I just instantly, within the first year of doing that, I gained 100,000 followers, and that seems like nothing now, but back in the day, you're like, that might as well be 1 million.
You went off. Yeah, no, that's big. So you... I gotta ask this. You get a lot of hate because of that?
You know, I never listen to it, so if I do, it's
there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the reason why I asked that is like, how do you deal with? You say you never listen to it, so I guess that's basically it. But I'm pretty sure you get, like, you know, you hear the like. Not maybe that you don't hear it, but maybe you see the things, man, people on there, and you just ignore the comments.
Yeah, there's a bunch of haters. I feel like the internet is just full of trolls.
Yeah.
If you look at these people in real life, they probably are just sad. I feel bad for them, honestly. So I just try to look at it, like, put myself in their shoes. Like, they're just bored, trying to hate on me or other women. It's just, like, sad. So I never feel, like, threatened. I know in my heart, like, I'm confident. I know who I am. So I don't need anybody telling me otherwise. That's
big. That's big because, you know, especially, like, you know, and with Youngest in the Yacht Club, they see you on the yachts. They see you, you know, at the promotion and the fights, but they don't actually see the journey and the stuff that you got to go through, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
How has the journey been for you, like coming from where you come from and now where you're at now?
Yeah, honestly, I just feel like I've been blessed. I feel like, you know, I trust our higher power or God, and I feel like this path is already laid out for me. So I just kind of go with the flow, and, you know, it just seems like great things keep happening to me. And so I just continue to, you know, donate my time and my money. I feel like that's a big part. And
that's awesome.
Why I'm so successful is because I give back. I tell people that my purpose in life is to make other people happy, bring joy to other people. So.
That's awesome. That's the secret of life for sure. Like giving back. They say you give and you get back tenfold. Not because you expect it, just because you did it out of kindness of your heart. So that's awesome.
Exactly.
We got Amber Fields, man, out here dropping gems on Youngest in the Yacht Club. That's what we need. You know, you know, recently I saw you interviewing Jake Paul.
Yeah.
What's up with that? How did that happen?
Yeah, that's my dog.
Okay. Yeah. So like, what's the whole thing? What are you doing? I see you.
Yeah. So like, I like also, you know, treat everybody. I'm gonna school you guys. Treat everybody like they might be your boss. So about 3 years ago, when Jake just started his promotion, I met Nikisa, who is partners in that.
Yep.
And I was just like, oh, you're coming to Tampa? Like, let me host you. And I just showed him, you know, some of the spots downtown, showed him around Tampa. And I feel like it just stuck with him because he came back and he was like, I need models for this. Wow. And I had just started my Ring Girl agency, and I hired all the models for Amanda Serrano's walkout here in Tampa.
Wow.
And then after that, they just kind of hired me around, you know. They're like trying to find a place for me, but they weren't there yet. Right. I tried to do some interviews, but I was terrible at it at the time.
I know how that is.
It wasn't the right timing.
Right.
So, I continued to model for them. I even did some merch stuff for them, promo for them. And then that's finally when my boss called me and was like, hey, I think that you would be great at this. Like, pitch us something. So I sat down, I created this whole outline of what I thought this would look like. And they loved it. They brought me out to Puerto Rico. And it ended up being very successful. We met all of our goals. We had some viral videos.
Wow.
And that's when I think they opened their eyes, because it was a trial.
Right.
Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
It opened their eyes like, wow, TikTok can really bring that organic audience, is what I was trying to prove to them. And this last, I run their TikTok. So this last event we did, we had 50,000 people on our live stream. So
what?
Yeah, so it's just cool to see something that you created from scratch and turned into kind of like a monster. I feel like it's a monster right now. And
that's fine.
And then I was able to get that interview with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you with that. How was that?
Oh, you know what's so funny? Everybody that's interviewed him has either stuttered, forgot their lines, or just like me, I'm like, you freeze up. You know, because he's almost godly. When you look at him, he's just a strong, deep character, mysterious in a way, and it makes you just like, you're starstruck in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it's Mike.
Yeah, it's Mike Tyson.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. So what were some of the questions that you asked him, and how did the experience, how was it for you?
Yeah, so we prepare questions, and we all kind of, since there's a group of us, we all got together weeks before, and we decided what questions we were going to ask him. They all had to be approved, and so I gave some questions to them, and they gave me some questions. I asked him about Jake's abs, because he was punching Jake, which was funny. But then I also asked him about like the purpose of multi-city tour, and also like how he felt that this is going to be on Netflix.
Right.
He's just so calm and quick with his answers. He just said that, it's just the first of its kind. Everybody's going to be watching. He doesn't care the haters. He says the percentages don't matter because we're selling out, and this is the first of its kind.
That's crazy. Yeah, you guys are literally in the forefront. You guys are literally just killing it. Like, it's awesome. It's dope. How's it feel to be with a team? Like, you said they weren't there yet. Now they're about to get on Netflix with Mike Tyson. Like, how does that feel, like, seeing the growth?
Oh, it's amazing. I feel like they're winners. I feel like I love being a part of their team because they know what's going down. They know they're successful at whatever they do. Jake, whatever he wants to do, I know that he's going to put his all into, and he's going to make it happen, which is why I'm going Team Jake. I love Mike Tyson, but that's why. It's because I know how dedicated he is, and I think that people just, confuse that.
Right.
So, also, they value me. Like, I feel like I genuinely make a difference in our team, and they continuously just tell me how much they're grateful for me to be there. And even just that, it makes me feel like, okay, I have a purpose here. I am an added value here, and that goes a long way for sure. Just
That's amazing.
Simple thank you is like, oh my gosh.
It makes you feel wanted. It makes you feel valued, like you said. That's awesome.
Exactly.
So I'm going to ask you, it's a two-part question because I know you're boxing now, huh?
Yeah.
When's your fight?
This July.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So how do you feel about influencer boxing, and what made you want to get into it?
Yeah, so I started my podcast, which we're not going anymore, but I really started it because I wanted to put myself in the fighter's shoes, so I was able to ask them better questions, or just, be able to feel what they go through. And so I started training, and then I realized influencer boxing. This is actually a real thing. I never would have imagined. I look up to girls like Elle Brooke or Ebony Bridges, who were also just models or in the industry who became boxers.
Yeah.
And, I actually reached out to them, and Elle was so helpful. Like, you got this. You could do it. You just have to train every day for a year. Like, do this for a year. And it really motivated me because I was like, all right, this is the next direction. I'm getting tired of modeling and ring girling. I love it so much still, but what's next?
Right.
And then it just kind of fell into place, you know, the passion for the sport and continuing my interviewing. It really has helped me in a way with my whole entire life, mentally, physically, with my interviews and my job, my career. So.
Yeah, so it all fits in. It's all there. You excited? How do you have butterflies? Like how, you know?
No, not yet. I think I probably will when it comes closer to it. You know, I imagine myself being in that ring and I just feel calm. Like I have dreams though, you know, where I like throw up or because I've sparred the first few times I've sparred, I ended up throwing up.
Yeah.
And because you don't realize like just how much it takes when you're going rounds. And I think we were going like 10 rounds or something crazy, and my coach really pushes me, but I appreciate it. But,
yeah, I know what you're going through. I'm looking at sparring. Actually, I've been sparring, but I'm looking at making a debut too. So a little something. But I know.
How long have you been training?
Right now, the last 3 weeks, hard every day. Yeah, and I just started. Just started running miles and all that shit. Yeah. So, but
you should see my videos of when I first started to now. Like, what a difference! You're throwing the punches and stuff like that. Yeah, my coach, he was like, when I first saw you, I didn't know, but he's like, but now like you're strong. We brought that strength out of you. And, that's awesome. And I, you know, I appreciate that. My fight keeps getting pushed back. Yeah, but I appreciate it in a way because now I have more time to train and learn. Like even yesterday, you know, I'm learning moves that I've never even thought about and our defense moves. And I was just like, I would have never learned that if I had my fight, you know, back in April. Yeah, that's crazy. So what do you think the hardest part? With me, it's getting punched in the face, right? That's the hardest part. But not just getting punched in the face, but like the amount, like I played college basketball and the work that we put in and running up and down the court is hard, but there's nothing like going 10 rounds. What's the hardest part for you? Yo, like just showing up and cardio mainly, like not just showing up, but actually dedicating my whole life to this is, you know, I had to cancel like any events I have, like Miami Swim Weeks this weekend. Wow. And I'm literally driving down for one event and coming straight back just because, you know, I'm sparring in the morning at 9:00, driving straight to the event in Miami, coming back so Sunday I can train. That's cool. And, you know, like, that really takes a lot of my life. You know, I can't be traveling. I even told MVP, like, up until my fight, you know, I'll be here remotely, but I can't go out anywhere. And, just basically the cardio, man, it's been hard. I'm bottom heavy for sure. Yeah. And, but the only way to fix that is by doing it. So, you know, I'm doing 2 miles a day. Wow. Yeah. What do you do it indoor or you do it outdoor? Yeah, like I try to do it outdoor. Yeah. But if I miss the time by the time the sun comes out or you know, if it gets too dark out, then it's indoor. I actually on the treadmill converted my Florida room. For those of you that don't know, it's like a see-through room that Floridians have where you can put our plants and stuff. But I converted it into a gym. So, you know, I got a treadmill in there. I got a bag in there. Wow. I don't know what you call the machine, but it literally has everything. You can, the like the Bowflex type stuff, right? Yeah. It's got more. It's got more. You got the whole gym. Luckily, our friend donated it to us, and we've just been adding little things here and there. The house actually came with the treadmill. You're dedicated for real to this. Oh, yeah, 100%. It's the only way to be. I think at one point, my coach had to sit down with me and was like, if you're going to do this, you've got to do this. And it really, like, changed my perspective. Like, okay, I want to do this. And I want to put my 100% and I want to be good at it. And I don't want to just be, oh, like she's a model boxing. I want to come out and people to be shocked. Yeah. Like, oh, my gosh, she's really good. And, you know, it could one day be professional. And it is considered professional boxing, actually. But, you know, go up against some of those girls like Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah.
Or Jade Wong.
Yeah.
Or, some of the professional fighters that have been doing this their whole life.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that's dope that, what's nuts is I've seen Jade Wong actually just followed me. Yeah. She's dope. And then being at the fight with Elle versus Paige, like seeing like just the fight and the techniques, like those girls throw better combinations than me.
Yo, these girls, Jade and Paige as well, but Jade is no joke. I got to interview her once. She loves getting hit.
Yeah.
She loves pain. Like, she was born for this. And she's definitely somebody I would get butterflies to go in the ring with. Give me maybe 5 more years. But man, the sky's the limit.
Would you ever do bare knuckle? I said no.
I always joke, or I always tell people that, like, you're either got to be super crazy to be in bare knuckle,
right?
Like psychotic, or
just want to go. You just want to go get hit, like masochistic, right?
Exactly.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
It's a little bit more dangerous for sure. I see people. It's most of the time people are ending up with bloody knuckles, broken eye sockets. Injuries, it's concussions, which I'm not afraid of getting those, especially because if we're fighting at 8-ounce gloves, it's basically bare knuckle.
Right. But just no gloves is not.
The sky's the limit. I'm not shutting it down.
Okay.
I'm not going to say no, I would never do that. But it's a little far from where my goals are at right now. Okay,
cool. That's good. So there may be an Amber Fields bare knuckle in the future. It's not shut down yet, but this is definitely getting clipped.
Especially because some of the bare knuckle girls are starting to get into boxing as well.
Yeah,
I know some of the UK girl, Carla Jade.
Yeah,
she fought in August.
Wow,
and that would be a potential match that I think might be pretty good.
That's awesome.
But I'm coming for Nikki.
Nikki who?
Nikki
Rue.
Yeah.
So let's get into that. What is the message that you got
for her? Girl, I'm coming for that belt.
Oh.
I know you got some fights scheduled, but I'm just gonna keep working my way up to you.
That's fire. What do you have? What's the message that you have for like the people who don't think you're really taking it serious, right? They just see you as a ring girl, or they just see you as that. Like, what's the message that you got for them?
Watch out, July. I'm coming, and I'm coming for knockout of the night or fight of the night. You guys will see.
There she go, Amber Fields, with the confidence to come knock you out. I love that. Amber, if you could go back to a time, in your, at any time, go back in time and give yourself some advice. What's one piece of advice that you would give?
Trust the process. There's been times when I've been down. I felt invaluable where I was at, or no purpose. And just looking back now, I feel like I should have just trusted the creator, that my path was already set out for me, because it would have saved me a little bit of stress. Yeah,
legit. And it seems like you found that. Like, I've interviewed some people, obviously, and you seem at peace with like what's going on. Like, you seem it's like, I don't want to say like, you don't seem unapproachable at all. That's the one thing. And people could get that probably, right? But you also seem like you're good with your faith in yourself, and in faith on what's going on. Is that something what you think?
Absolutely. I always never want to be that girl that's unapproachable. I know it might be intimidating to go up to a pretty girl or whatever, but I always open all my fans or anybody up with open arms. Like, I'm the type of person that I might not even know you, but I'll be there for you. Like, wow. If you need help, I'm the one girl that's going to help the guy out of the club that's like, out of his mind.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be the one to help him. Or if, I find somebody's phone on the ground, like, I'm the one that's like calling them, like, hey, like, I found your phone. Wow. It all comes back to karma, I truly believe that my karma, like, I'm at peace because my karma is good. Like, I put out good things, so I have no fear that bad things are going to come to me. Yeah, there might be challenges and obstacles in my life, but again, I believe that that's a test. I believe that that's to make me stronger. So that's how I look at things and try to be positive.
That's fire. Yo, dropping gems, man. Amber Fields on Youngest in the Yacht Club. Amber, for someone, first off, what's the name of your company?
Bombshell Ring Girls.
Let's go. What made you want to create that?
So I started ring girling for BKFC, and I came up with the idea, and I just started getting bookings, and I built this group of models that were showing up for me, and it's just crazy because it's just as it comes, you know. It's not. I've only had it for a year.
That's fine.
And I just was hiring models for certain gigs, and I was like, I need to make this official. So I came up with a business plan, you know, and I trademarked the name. And once I separated myself from BKFC, things just started taking off for me, honestly, like in that industry, you know. So just being there for people, like giving my models work, making sure everybody's happy, and also like just taking care of everybody.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you said that, feeling valued, right? So you being able to do that for other people, that's awesome. What piece of advice would you give to someone wanting to come up in your industry?
Like as far as ring girl?
Yeah, let's
or model?
Ring girl, model, just piece of advice, you know?
Yeah, you know, it's a hard world out here. I feel like there's a lot of people out there trying to exploit models or women in general. And, protect yourself, be smart. Don't sign any contracts that, you know, you're not sure about. Go with your gut. Also, like, people are just kind of shady in general in the industry. So just, like, have your own back, but continue to be positive. Don't be, like, your only competition is yourself. Like, don't be in competition with these other women. Like, just be sweet and kind, helpful to the other girls. We're all just trying to make it out here. So just build a team of girls that can, like, a group of girls. Get your girlfriends that you believe will have your back in a situation.
That's fire. That's awesome. Amber, first off, where can everybody find you?
Miss Amber Fields on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. What do we call it now? X?
Yeah, you are super lit across all platforms. Like, I gotta ask you, because I feel like if I don't ask you, then I'm asking for everybody, for a friend, for everybody, for my wife. What could we do to get better engagement? Like, I can't show the booty.
Yeah, right? I can't show the booty either.
I'm saying...
Instagram and TikTok has banned me from it.
Really?
Yeah, no more booty on TikTok or Instagram. So
is that a thing for real?
Oh, 100%. That's why I stopped posting it.
Wow.
I've been deleted twice.
Really?
Yeah, Meta's Mafia.
The Meta Mafia got you.
Let me tell you, they did. Yeah, twice. So, and you know,
and you came back.
Really crazy. I love talking about this because I went to a deep dive into this, and I reached out to all my friends to see how much money I could calculate Meta employees have been taking from us, and I got to over $100,000.
What?
And it's probably way more than that.
How?
It's probably millions of dollars because they delete our accounts, and then there's no way to contact them. The only way to contact them is through a Meta employee, and that it's so hush-hush, and I contacted a lawyer to try to figure out if there was any way to prosecute them, and basically they said we need a whistleblower. So anybody out there working for Meta, you know, I know that I feel like they're the mafia, so you probably don't want to get killed. But no more booty. You know, it just sucks that you have to conform to what they want to see.
Right.
But in a way, it's kind of good. I took the year to rebrand.
Okay.
You know, from that sexier style thing into more fitness, boxing related, ring girl stuff. And, you know, it's fine. It's better this way because now I can have an audience that are children and not feel so guilty for it. I still feel like, you know, I don't want to do content that's geared toward kids, but I love kids so much, and I have my nephew and my niece, and and I do feel like I want to influence the younger generation in a good way, and I don't want to be looked at as like, oh, just the OnlyFans model, she can't, you know, influence kids,
right?
Because I feel like I do have a lot to share and just help them. Like I want to build a better generation, really. Ultimately.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. So how can I get my Instagram to be like yours?
Oh, man. Well, I got to check yours out. But, you know, I learned a lot, especially this year, in filming and editing, and really just I've been following these people who teach you about hooks and engaging content. I haven't quite got it yet, you know.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, you got it.
pick a niche.
Okay.
You know, I was all over the board until I got my niche, which is boxing. But pick a niche, find what works. You know, if you have a viral video that's on your clothing, I would stick with that and just continue to do the same thing as long as you can.
Fire.
And for TikTok, it's a little different because they want organic. They just want your day-to-day, you know. They want you. Whereas Instagram is like they want a thought-out script, you know.
Right, more production.
Right, exactly. So, and either way, if you're growing on TikTok, you're going to grow on Instagram. If you're growing on Instagram, you're going to grow on TikTok. But the main thing is just post every day, hustle every day, get content every day. I feel like in the mornings when I wake up, you know, I get on my phone, I start researching content I want to do. I have my assistant come over and we write down, like, what content can we do today? And, you know, I'll do that once a week so that way I have something planned out every day. And I end up getting so much content that I'm like, I don't even know what to do with this.
Yeah, it's so much, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Amber, your final message, you know, something that you want to leave with everybody, kind of like, you know, if you could, you know, influence, like you said, the generation or the people, the viewers listening. What's the main message from Amber Fields?
There's a lot really going over there, but like, just find purpose, be happy, help others. You know, we're all in this together, and just be kind. Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
After all that, don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Yo, that's dope. Amber, thank you for being on the show.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. It was nice chatting with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I've seen you in work, and now we're about to see you in the ring. Well, you said it's in July, right?
Yeah, it's in July.
In July, gonna be out there throwing the dukes.
News coming soon about it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Fighting Leah Gotti. It's official.
That's awesome. So Leah got it?
See our beef a little?
Okay.
The beak breaker versus the titty popper.
Okay, the beak breaker versus the titty popper. Watch out now. Watch out now. Yo, so we definitely appreciate you being on the show, and we can't wait. Good luck on everything that you do.
Thank you so much, and you too.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we try to put on, I feel like, especially with Youngest in the Yacht Club, like, a lot of people know my story. They know that I came from nothing, and that's cool, right? But I think my purpose as well is also letting people like you show your purpose, because I know, we see you, right? And they see you, but they don't really, like, I feel like people like us sometimes get a bad rap, right? They see us from the outside, and then we don't get a chance to tell our story, or if they do, like Youngest in the Yacht Club, they always say, like, yo, Vince, it felt real comfortable. I felt like I could just talk to you, right? I'm not asking no crazy questions like, hey, man, what's up with this? Like, I just feel like being respectful and being able for you to be, the celebrity you are, but also tell your story is important. So
yeah, it's awesome. Definitely really comfortable. It's just chill, like no anxiety, not too much prep, Yeah. I like that. It's just natural, organic. That's kind of my flow too. So
I love that. Well, we got to get you on, man. We definitely Bombshells. Where can they find you again?
Yeah, so Miss Amber Fields on Instagram, or you can follow my Ring Girl page, which is Bombshell Ring Girls. And
that's on all platforms.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Amber. We'll get this going. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.